How's everybody doing? We're back again with the challenge USA season 1, episode 3. All right. Last time and the first time we had Tyson coming in clutch, winning. There's what do you call it? The challenges and getting to vote whoever he wants in. And of course, we had an elimination between. Hold on. We have Cashel over here, Tiffany over here, and they were going against Dominique, no, James, James and what is her name? Something Cass something? Can't remember her name. Casa? I think it's Casa. I don't know. It doesn't matter. They won. James and Casa won, and sending home Tiffany and Cashel. All right. Oh. James and Kayla. Is the C kind of threw me off, and the Y, whatever. Anyways, so they won, sending home Tiffany and Cashel. And yeah, so we're going to be choosing all new partners. The partner choices doesn't really matter, but Tyson got paired up with Alyssa from Big Brother. So, and it's, yeah, see Alyssa, she was Big Brother. She talked a good game. She didn't do much. She wasn't particularly impressive, but she's quite intelligent. So I'll give that to her. But she didn't achieve anything fantastic. The important people to know is Kylan and was it Melissa? Angela, who won with Tyson the first time. All right, is Angela? She was on Big Brother. She's a pretty good competitor. Good on her, even in her old age. She's quite impressive. All right, so you get Kylan and Angela. Kylan was pretty impressive in Big Brother. His social game is trash. He's kind of conceited, but he's capable. So I'll give that to him. All right, and that's the, and there's James got paired up with, god damn it, what is her name? Girl from Survivor. Drawing a blank. Let me see these names. See if I can spot her name somewhere there. Shan, Alyssa, Tiffany. No, it's not Alyssa. Angela, no. Justine? No. Could be Justine. Tasha? No. No? Oh my God, what is that woman's name? All right, so we got, did I say Dominique? Dominic and Cachet is also important to know. All right, see Dominic. I think he is the only fat guy. Well, there's also David. David is kind of fat as well, but he's not old. So Dominic is the old fat guy. And then Cachet, I don't really know her that well, so, but she's the smallest girl and the one with the least hair on her head. So you have those two. Dominique, I don't know why he's in this game. He's too old and too fat to be playing, but there he is. He's yeah, I don't know. I don't expect much from him, but you know, he's going to do his thing. We'll see if it's worth it. All right. So I think that's it. Is there anyone else I'm missing? That's always group. No, no one else really did very well. Oh yeah, there's Leo. Leo, who's also from The Amazing Race. He was paired up with Justine. I think she's from Survivor. Or was it Big Brother? I don't know. It could be Love Island. I have zero clue who Justine teamed up with. Anyways, we have James over here, dressed up like Mario from Super Mario Brothers. You got Leo from The Amazing Race, and Kayla, also from The Amazing Race. So those three are kind of a team together, and they're the least numbered team, so they kind of have to stick together. So you see them all there, kind of have to stick together, and then you got James and Kayla that just won the elimination, and then you got Leo over here who's pretty safe. But they all got to kind of stick together because the people from other shows outnumber them. All right, so. And because their numbers are so low, they're not much of a threat, and they can sort of choose whoever they want to team up with to kind of keep themselves safe. So, you know, they're kind of talking game right now, seeing how they're going to do. It was Tasha. I kind of knew it was Tasha, but I thought I was just kind of being racist because she's Black. But Tasha and James, this is the team, the new team that they got. And with after every elimination, the teams are randomly chosen. So they didn't really choose those teams. So just for reference. All right. Cache is busy talking about her relationship with Cinco, who broke up with her because they were on Love Island together, and they're like together for a bit, and he broke up with her. So she's talking about their relationship, and Dominique, just call him Dom, is over there being fat and grumpy and kind of annoyed that she's talking about her love life. And so it's just like those two together, they're just trash. She's small and too involved in her love life to worry about the game. He's fat as hell and too old and not very nimble and not very social to really be playing the game. He should be retired somewhere, sitting around getting fatter, but no, he's there. But yet he thinks she's terrible, and she thinks he is not very smart or aware of the game that he's playing. And they're both correct about each other. We got Tyson and Michelle. I think it's Michelle. I can't remember her name. But these two who teamed up the first time, they're talking, and they're, you know, I mean, they're obviously partial to each other because they made a good team the first time, and they want to kind of work together. And their plan is, which is the plan that everyone should have, is to get rid of the terrible players so they don't randomly get paired up with them. So we get them out in elimination, which is the exact plan that everyone should have, which means Dominic and Dom and Cache should be everybody's target, especially now that they're paired up together and it's easy to get them both out at the same time. Perfect. Another terrible player is Asa. Asa is another terrible player, but I think she's teamed up with someone else that is very hard for them to get them both out at the same time. So, all right, so let's get to the challenge. All right, the challenge is kind of like a Jeopardy style challenge. Right, so you see the little boards right here. So they're going to be there's going to be, they're going to run down there. They're going to grab a bunch of ladder pieces, run back, build the ladder, get up on top of the platform after building the ladder. Then one partner is going to be on a balancing beam with a pole and two strings hanging off the pole. And then the other partner is going to grab letters, and they're going to come down to this board, and they're going to shout out the letter that they brought. And if the letter is on the board, then the letter shows up, because they have to spell out a word or a phrase, right? And if the letter shows up, it pops up on the board. If it doesn't show up, then they have to grab a 10-pound or 20-pound or 50-pound weight, depending on how big their error is, and then run back and hang it off the pole that their other partner is holding on to. All right. So every mistake, they're grabbing a weight and adding it to their partner. If that partner drops the weight, they're disqualified. If the partner fall off the balancing beam, they're disqualified. So, and if they guess the word and it's wrong, if they guess the phrase and it's wrong, then they have to grab the heaviest weight, which I think is the 50 or 60-pound, and stack it onto their partner. All right, so that is the challenge. All right, so it's a very complicated challenge. It's hard to focus. It was hard for me to focus on it because there was so many goddamn teams going at once. But the notable people were Kylan and Angela. How did I remember her name now? But I forgot it before. Kylan and Angela was pretty good. Tyson didn't do very well in this one. I don't know why. He just didn't do very well. The other one was, what's his name? Joe or something? I can't remember his name. Old guy. Can't remember his name, man. He wasn't Survivor, I know that. But he did pretty well. If I remember his name, that would be fantastic, but I don't. The ones that did the worst was, in fact, James and Tasha, because Tasha dropped the weight. The first weight, I think James got a letter wrong. It was like an E or something, one of the vowels. And he went back with a 10-pound weight, one of the lightest weight, to add to Tasha's balancing pole. And as soon as he let go of the weight, she just dropped it. And she was the only one that dropped, which means they got disqualified, which means they're going immediately into elimination. The ones that won was Kylan and Angela. They won, which means Angela won twice and Tyson won twice. So, I mean, they were right to team up together because they're killing it at the moment. And Kylan just won that first time, and I believe Kylan won the first elimination as well. So so that brings him up to 7,000, I think, because like he starts with 1,000, he won 1,000 from the elimination, and he just won $5 grand from that win. So that gives him 7,000. And Angela just got 11,000 because she started with 1. She won once, that gave her 5, that gave her 6, and she just won again, that gave her 11. All right, so Colin and Angela killing it. And I think Tyson also has 11. So there we go. So those are the 3 people with the most money. Angela and Tyson get 11, and I believe Kylan has 7. So, oh man, I just saw the guy I was talking about. What, did I miss it? Oh, damn it. It just popped up. So, oh, another thing to note is that Leo, since James was on the team that dropped out first, Leo was fighting very hard to win it so that he can save James. That is going to be important later. All right. After the loss, and James was considering who to go against, he wanted to go against Leo and whatever that other girl's name is, because I believe the other girl had money. She had like, oh yeah, she had $5 grand. She had $6 grand because she was on a team with Tyson last time and they won, which gave her $5,000 and she already had 1,000. So that gave her $6,000. So James wanted to go against Leo's team, regardless of the fact that they're supposed to be a team and working together because they're amazing racers and they had a good friendship. He decided to go against that and try to get the money instead, which is not good for team work, especially since they're the team with the least amount of people. But James is thinking of allying with the survivor people to keep himself safe and just abandoning his other team altogether. So that's what he decided to do. On the other hand, Dom is going around the house telling people that he's ready to go into elimination. He feels like it's his time, as he should, because everyone thinks he sucks because he sucks, and they want to get rid of him because they don't want to team up with him. So, you know, that's how it goes. So, I mean, James has kept himself safe so far by making very good political moves. And fortunately for him, he is going up against some very serious players, which is Angela, who wants to get rid of people that suck, namely being James, who's been in the bottom for the second time in a row. That's why he was in elimination the last time, because he sucked. But he's good socially. And she definitely wants to get rid of him and doesn't want to team up with him. And Colin's also a very serious dude who is very hard to manipulate. It's very hard to manipulate. He's not good socially, but he's very difficult to manipulate, which means James has no power over him. Yeah, so that happened, but he still tried to play his little manipulation game. And Cachet is getting pissed off at Dominic because he's going around telling everybody that he's ready to go in elimination. And it came down to the elimination, and surprise, surprise, Angela and Colin decided that Dominic and Cachet is going to be the ones going up against James and Tasha. All right, which is a good choice. Two sucky teams, why not get rid of them? So it doesn't matter who goes home, win all around. Right, so the game that they're playing for the elimination is they're going to be stocking blocks. All right, but the blocks are going to be in a water tank. All right, show you what it looks like here. Blocks right here are in a water tank over here, and one player is going to be in the tank. All right, and they're going to be unloading the blocks from the chains. They're going to be untying it from the chains, giving it to their other partner, who's going to be tossing off the platform and then stacking it. See this platform over here? They're going to be stacking it on this platform. The water is also going down because it's going down through this tube here. They can choose to block the tube because if the water level goes down below this line, they are disqualified. The thing is, Dominic decides to bully his way into the tank because Cachet wanted to be the one in the tank because she's smaller. It's easier for her to maneuver, which is a terrible plan. James is heavier. I mean, Dominic is heavier and he's better able to sink. His plan was correct, but he decided that he doesn't want to listen to her because he so knows what's right. So he decides to go in the tank, but he forgot all about blocking the tube, and he just lets the water run down while James blocks the tube immediately. All right, he's not doing it here because he's about to go up for water, but he does block the tube. All right, so they're going through this competition. The first ones to get all their blocks out was Tasha and James, and they started stacking. And I think Cachet and Cachet got the blocks as well and started stacking. And while Dominique just stays in the tank and just kind of screams at her instructions while the water just keeps going down around him, and he's not even paying attention to it. While James is blocking the water and he's just waiting for his partner to stack the blocks. But in the end, right as the water reaches the line for Dominique, Cache actually finishes the puzzle, the stacking of the blocks first, which saved them. And they actually won. As you can see it here, you can see Cache is about to finish stacking the blocks, and this is how low the water level is, and it's just going down and down all the way to the line. And luckily, she finished that stacking first, and just saved them because they're about to lose. All right. This is how it ends. You can see how low the water is. Just one couple more seconds, and it's about to touch that line. And he's just there, not paying attention. Yeah, see how low it is. All right. And they won because she was able to stack it and keep it up. Like, just unfreaking believable. This dude is such trash. And he wanted to go in to prove himself, and he proved just how big of an idiot he is. And she was able to save him. The person that he wasn't counting on, the person that he didn't think was very good, even though he's also not good, was the one that saved him from his own stupidity. So that is the challenge. That is episode 3. Till next time.